Welcome to online class AEX 202. The last topic is structural and functional grammar. All the students are requested to mute your speakers, and at the end of the class you can unmute and raise the questions if you have any doubts. So the structural and functional grammar. So knowledge of the grammar is very important in communication skills because one has to communicate not only clearly, precisely, and loudly. We have to take care of the grammar, correctness of grammar, sentence construction, use of parts of speech. So all these contribute for effective communication in extension, transfer of technology, or teaching and learning process. And now I will start and I am sharing the PowerPoint presentation on the structural functional grammar, and you can follow and hear my audio also. So grammar, the meaning and importance of grammar in communication. Extensive knowledge of English language correlates with career success as this language has an increasing influential position in the world. In order to write and speak English language effectively, it is essential to know its rules of grammar. The proper use of grammar enables us to communicate clearly and to influence other persons also. It makes or marks the difference between educated and uneducated, between leaders and followers. On the other hand, a bad grammar is like a bad breath disliked by everyone. So already the first year, the first semester, you have undergone spoken English course. So you have already learned everything about functional and structural grammar. Only I will just it is a making you to remember certain important things about the grammar now. So you can go through the again what you learned and remember and apply in the communication whenever you communicate with the farmers or your friends or with any other situation. So what is grammar? So grammar is a systematic description of the ways language work. It's given by Glenn Leggett. And another meaning given by Patterson is grammar teaches the laws of language and the right method of using it in speaking and writing. So we start from the parts of speech that is mainly sentence. A sentence is a group of words expressing complete thought and making complete sense. So it includes the parts of speech. The parts of speech are the individual elements of the sentences. So consisting of noun, pronoun, verbs, articles, adverbs, adjectives, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. So these are all coming under parts of speech. So let's start with the noun first. The first part of speech is noun. So you are already available with the nouns. It is an important part of the sentence. It signifies the name of any person, place, thing, or concept. In fact, anything of which you can have either thought or idea. The nouns are words that name persons, places, objects, or concepts. You can see this table and the examples for persons. Any name, any person, he may be individual, he may be author, he may be worker. Coming to the places, name of the places, it may be New York, Jalandhar, Dharwad, Hubli, any place. Objects, a book, laptop, chair, any goods. Concept, it may be communication, accounting, equality, production, any concept. These are some of the common examples. The next parts of speech is pronouns. So the second part of speech is pronoun. The pronoun is used to take the place of one or more nouns for the purpose of avoiding the needless repetition which signifies person, place, object, or concept. Pronouns may be personal pronouns, relative, or possessive pronouns. For example, personal pronouns representing persons, as the type of pronouns indicate a persons. I examples are I, you, he, she, it, we, they, me, him, as, them. Similarly, relative pronouns relating another pronoun like that. Uh, Example, which, who, whom. The third set is possessive pronouns denoting a possession. So which the pronouns which indicate the possession like mine, ours, yours, hers, its, theirs. So like this, try to remember these three sets of pronouns which can be you have to use in sentence construction. And second is adjectives. So adjectives are used to modify nouns and pronouns by describing some qualitative features about them or adding pertinent information to that. Examples, we need 2 copies of balance sheet. Pink papers are used as withdrawals on banks. In this second case example, the paper is a noun, but pink paper is nothing but adjective. Adjective is nothing but which describes the noun. It may be a name of a person, name of an object. Here it is a object, paper. Some of the most used and misused adjectives are illustrated below. And the first one, both, used for 2 persons. Both of them were present in the meeting. The next one, each, used when the member in the group is definite. Each member of the staff is required to contribute ₹100 to group insurance scheme. Next is every, used when the member is indefinite. Every citizen of the nation should feel his political responsibility to vote. Similarly, few means not many members. Few students turned up for the group discussion. These are all examples of adjectives. The next parts of speech is adverb. Adverbs are used to modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs for giving additional information. They indicate, for example, always smile while selling. Selling is a verb and which describes this verb selling is nothing but smile. While you are selling, you can smile. So that is called adverb. And then another example is please execute the order quickly. Execution is a verb. Quickly executing is nothing but adverb. They perform the duty very honestly. Honestly is the adverb. Then comes verb. The verb is the word that makes statement about something by expressing an action or state of being. Some common examples. The chairman presented the annual report to shareholders. It's the action. Presentation is the verb or presenting is the verb. He was looking enthusiastic and enterprising state of being. The directors visited the factory. So visit is the verb. It denotes the action. The papers will be dispatched tomorrow, state of being. Dispatching is verb. Then articles, again, very important parts of speech. The words a and the are called articles. They always come before the noun and help to identify the person, place, or thing. The articles are an important part of speech because they perform the function of demonstrative adjectives. The articles are of two types. The first one is indefinite article, that is, for example, a or an. Second is definite article that denoted by the, the. Coming to the first one, indefinite article, a or an. Examples are a car was purchased by the company. It is not definite car, indefinite. Any brand car. It may be Rolls Royce, it may be Jaguar, any car. So it is not definite. That's why you have to use a here as an article. And he is an honest officer. It is also indefinite. The person we don't know. Definite article denoted by the. Example, the company was incorporated in the year 2011. A particular company is a definite company in the year 2011. So you can use the article. The supervisor warned the late coming workers. Here, the means definitely those workers who are late comers. Only it is refers to those workers. And preposition. Preposition always appears before noun and its equivalent demonstrate the reaction of and the other. The telephone was installed at office. Another example, the chairman was accompanied by financial officer. The prepositions may be classified into following classes. In preposition, simple preposition and compound preposition, examples for simple prepositions are commonly used in the following verb: at, by, for, from, in, of, on, out, through, till, to, up. Similarly, compound prepositions are generally performed formed by compounding a preposition with verbs, adverbs, or conjunctions. So this is about the preposition. Hope you are following this because already you have learned this in entire English spoken English course. So this it is a just refreshing your memory. Next is conjunction. The conjunctions are words used to join other words, phrases, or sentences. The conjunction may be coordinating, correlative, subordinating, or linking adverb. Examples: both and, He is both intelligent and hardworking adjective. So here is the linking conjunction is nothing but both both and. Not only but also it is a commonly used conjunction. Act not only ultra vires the memorandum of the company but also contravenes the law. Next set is although act. Although workers have produced the goods, yet they have not packed them. Similar either or. For a meeting, the customer order either goods be produced inside shipped or produced from outside. These are commonly used conjunctions in the sentences. Similarly, neither nor, hardly, when, not merely but even, not only but also. This is very common. Not only he defrauded but also misbehaved. So you go through the notes once again. Definitely, it's very easy to understand. After conjunction, interjection. An interjection is a word which expresses surprise or some sudden emotion of mind, like oh, well, hello, alas. Interjections lie on their own outside the structure of the rest of the sentence. For example, well, target has been achieved. So well is the introduction, interjection. Oh, we have missed the opportunity of buying the shares. Like this, there are many interjections you can use, but it is outside the structure of reset of the sentence. You have to remember this. Then very important in grammar is punctuation. So more students, many people, they make error in punctuation. They don't have idea about the punctuation. So even in thesis writing, and they don't follow the punctuation in right manner. That's why there are more mistakes they will create in writing the thesis. That is identified by or found out by the external examiner or thesis corrector. That's why you have to give more importance for punctuation in a grammar, especially in communication also. The meaning or the preamble is punctuation consists of a series of stops and symbols inserted in the sentences to mark off the words from one another to make them grammatically correct. So punctuation is a must. To stop after two words, before word, or maybe after the full point, or colon, semicolon, all those things are called a punctuation. We start with the first one, the full stop. You know the symbol, the dot. The full stop or period indicates the close of a complete sentence. Always at the end of sentence, you can find a full stop in the form of a point. Example, the project will be completed at the end of the month. Full stop. It is marked or indicated the completion of a sentence. Please order for 10 office chairs, full point or full stop. Next important one is comma. It is used basically to group words that belong together and to separate those that do not. Example, the following are some of the chief uses. Comma is used between nouns and pronouns in opposition. Example, E.B. Vajpayee, comma, the former Prime Minister of India, comma, belongs to a humble family. If there is no comma, we will not stop after the Vajpayee or India. So definitely you have to use the comma to get the better understanding of the sentence. It is used to separate two or more words of the same part of a speech. Example, we should live a simple, comma, honest and pure life, full stop. Another example, they marched forward slowly, prudently, and industriously. So these three words, slowly, prudentially, industriously, separated by one comma. Jalandhar, comma, Ludhiana, comma, Amritsar are important cities of Punjab. These three cities are separated by comma. All these cities are belong to Punjab. In semicolon, indicated by this symbol, you can see a full point. The bottom is comma. It is normally used to signify a break between independent clauses rather than break in the sentence. The following are its chief uses. The semicolon used to separate longer coordinate clauses which are similar in thought and are not integrated by the use of words like and but yet. Its purpose is to give greater emphasis to each clause as it gives the speaker more time to dwell on each separately. You can see this example. Our factory has manufactured 8,000 units of finished product. You can use a semicolon here. Then continuation, they can dispatch tomorrow. Clearly, you can separate the second part of the sentence by semicolon. It is used to divide clauses which are connected by some alternative conjunction. Here, a greater pause is needed as the mind requires a little more time to pursue the alternative. You can see this example. I met him as he was leaving his home. So you can see the semicolon here. Otherwise, I should not have known where he lived. Full stop. This is the use of semicolon in extension. The next is the colon denoted by two full points, one below the other. The colon is used to introduce a question, a problem, or an explanation. Its main uses are the following. It is used to introduce an additional remark in explanation or in confirmation of a previous one. Example, strive above all things to preserve health. There is no happiness in life without it. You can see the position of a colon here to preserve the health. The colon is used in numerical expression of a time. For example, 5:30 p.m. So you can see the position of the colon here. After 5, you have to use the colon. The 5 hours, 30 minutes. This is the information about colon. The next one is question mark. The question mark, everybody knows this symbol. It is used after a direct question. The general manager said to the finance manager, inverted comma, why has the bank loan not been arranged? Followed by a question mark. Similarly, exclamation mark, this is the symbol used. A note of explanation is used after words or sentences which express strong emotions. For example, hearty congratulations to all the staff members, followed by exclamatory mark. Alas, exclamatory, we are undone. What an excellent offer, followed by exclamatory. Quotation marks and inverted commas, these are the symbols. The inverted commas are used to indicate the beginning and ending of a quotation. They are also used to quote the exact words spoken by someone. See this example. The executive director said in the inverted commas, we must produce quality goods not only to survive, but thrive in the competition. So this is the example you can easily understand. The quotation marks are inverted commas. The next one is apostrophe. Just like a comma, the apostrophe is used to show possession of a noun or adjective. The chairman's speech a day's pay. You can see two apostrophes here. The secretary's apostrophes office a minute's work. The next one is hyphen, a dash. The hyphen is used to combine a word with a prefix. See this example, cooperative policy ex-president. In between the ex and president, you have to use a hyphen. Similarly, post-dated check, pro-American. Post the hyphen then dated, pro-American. Then next one is dash. It is used to mark a break or abrupt turn in a sentence. Example: one, communication dash two-way process dash is essential for smooth running of an enterprise. The example you can see, second example, management dash the art of getting things done to others dash the pervasive in all human endeavors. So next important one in grammar is brackets. Brackets are used to enclose matter such as clause or phrase, not belonging to sentence, but adding certain information to it. We have to use the brackets. See this example. The feasibility report into the brackets, see page number 14, shows that the project will break even at 30% when cost incurred will be recovered. This is example for brackets. So this is the what I wanted to discuss and present the information with help of PPT. So I will attach once again this PPT in YouTube video, and if you have any, you can go through this YouTube video. You can stop anywhere. You can go back and try to read the different parts of speech sentence construction, which will be of immense help you to improve your grammar, thereby improve your communication. So this communication skills is very, very important. I'll stop here and I will attach tomorrow this YouTube video. Again, I will send the YouTube video and the URL in WhatsApp group, and you can easily access to your WhatsApp group. So I'll stop here and good night. If you have any queries, any questions, you can post in your WhatsApp group and I will definitely answer. And stop here. Good night.